What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Building Amazing Things. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing a design feature in Figma called Auto Layout. Auto Layout is a feature in Figma that allows you to create dynamic frames that respond to the content. So in today's video, I'm going to be creating Auto Layout, nesting Auto Layout, changing the direction of components in an Auto Layout, spacing, ordering, and aligning contents in an Auto Layout. Also, we're going to be talking about how to add objects or elements to an existing Auto Layout. Also, we're going to be talking about setting a fixed height and width to Auto Layout. And one of the interesting parts of this video is that we are going to be converting an Auto Layout frame to a component. Also, we're going to be talking about how to add horizontal and vertical scrolls to your Auto Layout that will help you to do jobs like prototyping. So this video promises to be an interesting one. Make sure you watch this video to the end. If you're new to this channel, kindly hit on the red subscribe button and the red notification bell so you get notified when I create a new video on this channel. I'm pretty excited to bring this feature for you. It has been a long awaited feature in Figma. So make sure you watch this video to the end because there's a lot to learn from this video. Let's get started. Hey, I'm pretty excited you have gotten to this section of this video. Please make sure you watch this video to the end because of the tips I'm going to give out in this video. So I just have a basic setup in Figma here. I just have this desktop frame and I've renamed this file to Figma Auto Layout. So to add Auto Layout to an element, I'm going to drop an element on this canvas, and that should be a text element. So I'll click on the text tool and type movies. So to add Auto Layout, just press Shift A on the keyboard and an Auto Layout is added automatically. So if you look at the layers panel, a frame is being added and you have the movie element inside that frame. So one feature of this Auto Layout is that it has padding around it. So if you add Auto Layout to a single element, padding is being added around it. But if you have multiple elements, paddings are not added around it. So if you look at this Auto Layout now, you can do some changes on this Auto Layout. You could change the stroke, you could change the effect, you could change the fill, you could add corner radius to this frame, which is an Auto Layout. So what I will do now is to add a fill to this Auto Layout. So I'll just click on the fill tool and select the color I want to add, and I've just added red. So that's awesome. You could change the radius, corner radius, to look like a button, more of a button, and we'll have radius of 8. So you could go ahead to add stroke, you go ahead to add effects. That's how to add an Auto Layout in Figma. So I'll go ahead and increase the padding of this Auto Layout. So I'll set it to be 30 by 30, for example, and this is it. So you can increase the padding around your Auto Layout contents. So I'll make this 50 by 50. So one interesting part of this Auto Layout feature is that once I increase the content in an Auto Layout, it automatically increases the size of the Auto Layout, keeping in mind the same padding that was assigned to this Auto Layout. So I'll try it. Movies for me. So you could see that the width for this is increased, but the paddings are still kept intact to be 30 by 30. So that's an interesting feature in Auto Layout. Another feature of Auto Layout is nesting elements in an Auto Layout. So I could duplicate this element to have two elements, basically two Auto Layout. So I could now select the two Auto Layout and use my Shift 8 to add Auto Layout to it. So you could see that an Auto Layout is being added to these two buttons we have initially, and because of there are multiple elements, paddings are not added around multiple elements. So remember I mentioned this earlier, if you have a single element, paddings are added to a single element. So if you look at this elements in this Auto Layout, you can see that the direction for this element, let me duplicate one of these elements also. You can see that the duplicating direction is done on a row basis. So you could change the direction of this from horizontal to vertical, and your elements are being aligned vertical. So that's another great feature in Auto Layout. So I'm going to change back this to horizontal so you could see it. This is horizontal. Now if you look at the elements, there are spacings within each element. So these spacings are being arranged here. So if you look at the spacing between items in an Auto Layout, so I could change these spacings to be 20, I could make it to be 10, depending on what I'm trying to achieve. So I'll leave it at 70, and that looks great at 70. So another thing you want to do is you want to change the ordering. So assuming I have this auto layout color, this particular button to be, let's say, green, and I have this very one to, let's say, pink, you could change the ordering. I can just click and drag, and I'm changing the ordering for this. You can see I could swap each of them inside this auto layout. So you can also as well do that on the layer panel. Just click and drag and arrange the content on the auto layouts panel. That's an awesome feature. So you could see at the design tool here at the property bar, you could switch also auto layouts by clicking on the arrows, and that's a great tip in this video. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be designing a mobile app designed for a movie app. So I've deleted everything, and don't be shocked, I've just deleted what I have earlier. So what I'm going to be doing now is just to click on the frame tool and select iPhone 11 Pro X. So this is the frame I'm going to be designing the movie app for. So the next thing I want to do is each movie app has a rating. So I'm going to start with the rating for my design. So ratings are usually in star and usually 5 stars. So that is a nice idea to use for Figma auto layout. So what I'm going to do now is to add the star. So out of the box, I have a plugin installed called Fort Awesome. So I'll just right click, go to plugin, click on Fort Awesome, then look for the star icon. This way I don't have to design the star icon. So I'm going to drag the star icon into my frame, and I'll set the width of this to be 24. I want my star to be 24 by 24, and then let me zoom in so you can see the star. So I could add auto layout to this by holding my Shift and A. I've added an auto layout to this star. So if you look at the vector inside, I could now duplicate it in 5 places. Awesome. So now auto layer helps us to arrange this content. So if you look at it, there's a duplication inside with a spacing between the items of 10. So I could remove the horizontal spacing here, and I have 5 ratings. So I'm going to change the color, the fill color of this. I'm going to select this, and I think I can go with this. Okay, I choose this color. So I can go with this as a rating color. So I'll select the rest and change the color simultaneously. So this is an auto layout for my rating, and not all movies have all stars rated. So I'm going to make some adjustment here. So I'm going to add some stroke here, make it the stroke to be 2, and then remove the fill color and add this color as a stroke. So I'm also going to do that for this. So I'm going to remove the fill color, add a stroke, and make the size of the stroke to 2, then set the color to be this color. Awesome. So we have a star rating for our movie app. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to add a text. Now the text should tell what is the movie. So I have some images here. So the first movie is Black Rose. So I'm going to add a text to describe this movie. So what I would do now is to select my text tool and just click anywhere on the canvas and then say Black Rose. That's the name of the movie. So I'm going to set the style to be pump-based, then set it to be semi-bold. Then I'm going to make the size to be 24. I think 24 is too much. I'm going to set it to 20, and I'm going to reduce the opacity of the black a little bit, and that's awesome. So I have my text of the image. The next thing I want to do is add a description to this movie. So what I'm going to do is to select the text tool and make a card like this, and change the settings to, let's say, 14, and change the property to, like, say, regular, and I could just right click and use my plugin. I love using plugin. It makes my work more easier. So I have a plugin called Lauren. So I'll click on Lauren and say auto generates. So it generates the text for me. That's awesome. So I'm going to reduce the fill color as well, and I think this text is too large, so I'm going to reduce it to 13, and that's awesome. So I might also increase the line height, and I have something like this. I also want to reduce this to 12, and kind of increase it this way. and this is out. This looks okay. So I might reduce the text, just have something nice. Okay, this looks okay. That should be like a brief description of the movie. So now I'm trying to align this. Figma has a great tool that you could see 1919 trying to align, but with the feature I just mentioned earlier, this will have to do this out of the box. So just select everything here and use your Shift A to add a kind of an auto layer frame to it. So I'm going to rename this auto layer frame to, let's say, movie card. Sorry, that's not how to spell movie. Movie card, that's okay. So one other feature of the auto frame auto layout is alignment. So once I select each content of the auto layout, and these are the three contents in this movie card, which is an auto layout, I could use this tool here to either set it to be left align, centered align, or right align. So depending on what you want to achieve, so I'm going to make this left align. Also, you could see the spacing between these, and you could see that this auto layout has been set to vertical. So if I make it horizontal, this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to make it vertical. So let me do some basic design alignments. So I'll select my frame and I'll reduce the sizes between them to be, let's say, try 10. 10 is nice. So I also want to reduce the sizes of this star. So I'm going to select all of them and click constraint proportion and reduce it to be 22. Still much 20. Okay, 20 is fine. So this text description is okay. So next, you want to add more content to an auto layout. That is another tip in this video. So I have a card this way. Let's say a rectangle which I want to add into this. So and assuming this is the rectangle I want to add to this card, you can see once I drag this to this, it doesn't get into this frame. But for example, what I want to use this card is for the image. So I could just go to my images and just use my Ctrl+C, copy the image. That's awesome with Figma. So I'll come to this card and do Ctrl+V. Should paste the image. Why is it not pasting the image? Let me do that again. Right click, copy, and go to the card and make a Ctrl+V. Wow. So I don't know why it's not. So I'll go to images and choose images and go to desktop and go to images and select rows. So that's the image for this. So I want to drag this image to this movie card, and you will see it's not going in because why? Because this image is, or this card is larger than this frame, so on this auto frame. So what I will do is to hold my control down, and you could see this line showing where I want to paste it. Is it at the top of black rows or below here? So I want it to be at the top of black rows. So awesome. So we'll have something like this. So I might want to reduce this, or better still leave it that way. Okay, awesome. So we have a card for movie, and I think I want to reduce the height, and I think this height is okay. So and I kind of select the image again so it matches well. Fill, fit, no, select fill. Okay, that's okay. So I have a card for this, looking awesome, right? So what next I need to do is this card, I'll just add a radius to it, let's say 8. Okay, that's fine. So that's how to add more objects to a frame. So this looks okay. So another feature is we could convert this to be a component. So if you click on component, create component, I've converted this to be a component. So essence of using component is when there's a slight change, you can change across board. So if I duplicate this, I have another duplicate here. So I'm actually going to take this out of this. So let's just do the duplicate outside. So this is two cuts. So yeah. So the essence of making component is when there's a change, like if I decide to change this color, it's going to change both here and here. So that's just the feature of using component. Maybe I'll make a video on more about components. So now I want to change this image. So I'll try that copy again. I don't know why it didn't work out, but let's try it again. So I'll do my Ctrl V. It didn't also work out. So I'll try to choose the image and choose prison break. Then the content should be prison break. Break. Then I'm going to duplicate this as well. Going to duplicate this as well. So I'm going to make this, let's choose another image for this. I'm going to choose Queen South, well, Queen of the South. So nice, so the name should be Queen of the South. And I think there's an increment. Yeah, so I'm going to reduce this, and let's say Queen of the South. So that's nice. So I'm going to select all of these and use my Shift A to make it a frame, an auto layout frame. So I'll say list of movies, and I want to drag it into this frame, and you can see that I want to make it vertical scroll. That is one feature in Figma. So if you look at this right now, if I should run a prototype, so just click on run prototype. So let's look at it. So I want to make this scroll to the next movie. So to do that, I'll add a frame to this list of cat movie. So what I will do is I'll right click and say frame selection. So this way I've added a frame and my list of movies inside the frame. So I'll say list of movies frame. So now I could click on clip content, but before I do that, just click on clip content and I'll drag this in here. Then I'll kind of drag the frame. So this is on the frame, so I'll kind of reduce it to get to this size of this image of this my iPhone frame. Then what next? So I'll go to prototype and set it to horizontal scroll. So let's try the prototype this time around. So you could see it's now scrollable. So that's how to add horizontal scroll. So I'll do some adjustments. So I kind of adjust this way. Then I'll add the text at the top and call it movies. So I'm kind of doing my design. And go to the design, change the property, font page, and increase the size to, let's say, 24. And I kind of reduce the opacity. Okay, great. So I'll add a search icon. So use my font also. font awesome. So I'm looking for search. So click on search, and that's my search tool. So I'm going to drag the search tool. I'm going to drag the search tool inside my iPhone X frame and drag the search tool here. So I'll select this both and use centered align vertically centered. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity as well of this to this. So cool. Wow, movie. So that's one great tool with Figma Auto Layout. So it's looking awesome already. So I'm going to reduce this movie because of this design over up here. So I'm going to drag this down a little bit. Okay, awesome, great. So next, I'm going to duplicate this text. So that's for movies. Then you could see another section that says let's say latest movies, and kind of design, make another design. Let's say I'll select a card, rectangle this way, and choose image for this. So say go to image and choose, and I'll say shooter. Let me try shooter for this. I'll open it. Okay. Then I'll add the text to more describe this. So I'll say the text to be the shooter. So I'm also going to reduce the opacity. I'll put in this. So I'll reduce the opacity this way, and reduce the size to, let's say, 14. So this is another section for the movie app. Make the opacity 80, no, 75. Okay, let me check the opacity of this 67. Check that of the 73. So I'm going to make this 75, and also make this also 75 for the opacity, and also change this to 75. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy and paste. So here is it. And I'm going to reduce the size for this very one. So I'm going to select everything here, and let's say 18. Not okay, 15. Okay, 15, not bad. So set it this way, and maybe more description. So I'll select the text and what type of movie. Is it an action movie or drama, whatever kind of movie? So I'm also going to reduce the size to 12, and reduce the opacity to, let's say, 67. Okay, that's awesome. So this is another auto layout feature. We could select everything and say Shift A, selected auto layout, and make it left align. Select all the contents inside this frame and make it left align. Awesome. So I could drag this closer here, and this is okay. So I could select this tool and also make it auto layout, Shift A, and I'll select the content of this two elements or two items in this frame and make it to align at the top. Okay, that's fine. So this auto layer, I could reduce the spacing within them. I can make it 12. Fine. And I also want to reduce the sizes of this star. So I'm going to select everything. And let's try 15. Okay, awesome. So I have another set of card looking good. I could also drag this to the top and duplicate this, and this is okay. So I could select the both of them and also make it auto layout with my Shift A. Then I want this to be a card. So let me change the image and the contents for this very odd one. I'll duplicate the hard way. So I'll change the text to the hard way. Awesome. You could go ahead and change the rating of each of them. So here I have the rating of each of them to be 3. So let's see how it looks like on our mobile design. Awesome. This is great. I kind of want to move this to the left a little bit. Okay. Okay, awesome. So another thing we could do is we could add like a kind of navigation. So like a toolbar button. So I could set my toolbar this way. And on this frame, I might choose to make the frame like a gray color. So let me change the color of this to black. So let's change it black of our covers. So we could see this more. So I could change this fill color of the frame to gray, kind of gray. Okay, awesome. So let's look at how it looks like. Okay, gray. That's awesome. We're making progress. So this I could change it to blue, HT, just trying colors. So we could see our design very well. So I could change this to white and kind of add some navigations that will help us to get to other screen in our design. So I'll just look out for using my plug awesome. I'll just look out for movie. Film, movie icon. So I'm trying to look out for a movie icon. So I think that should be film. Don't know why I'm not getting it. Film. Okay, that's it. So I could drag this here. So sorry. This is the film frame. I'll drag it into the frame and drag it here. So this is a rectangle. So yeah, fine. So drag it to the middle here, and I'll reduce the opacity say 75. So you can add other icon, drag it to the middle. You can add other icon. Let's say you want to save this, you want to save or bookmark. So you can add a bookmark icon. So I'll go to font also. I look for bookmark. I kind of save. So there's the bookmark. I'll drag it in as well. I'll bring it here, and what's the size of this? Size of this. What's really happening here? So the size of this is 24, so I could also reduce this to 24, or I'll just leave it that way, or increase this. Well, just whatever you want to achieve, you could do that now. So maybe you want to check a movie by calendar, so we could decide to add another plugin using font awesome. We could choose calendar, calendar. So I could choose this, but I want to use this. So my calendar, I'll drag it into the frame and drag my calendar this way. Sorry, drag my calendar this way. So I could select this tree and use my alignment tool and align it, and fine. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what you think about this video, and let me know if you have learned anything. Remember to like and subscribe and comment on this video. So when I'm done, I could add effects, make this effect to be like say 30. Yeah, nice. So there's kind of effects here, and I could then make this a frame selection. Then I'll say clip content, clip content. I could then set it to the size, and under the prototype I could set it to vertical scroll. So let's check it out. Yeah, exactly, vertical scroll. So you could scroll for latest movies. So these icons are not properly arranged, so I could do that now. So what I will do is select both of them and try to align it proper. So looking at the design, awesome. So you've learned a lot in this video, and I'm so happy that you've watched this video to the end. You've learned a lot. You've learned about auto layout in Figma. You've learned pretty lot how to add auto layout. So please like, subscribe to this channel, share this video to your loved ones. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of this week. So please share my videos, watch to the end, like, comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video, and let me know your challenge with this video. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Bye.